he didn't.
Girl, yes, he did.
Patreon. If y'all already listened to the main episode, I felt like we did pretty good. We was pretty PC about Kevin Samuels passing.
Almost all lives matter that thing.
We almost all lives mattered that thing. Y'all know we don't be wanting to get a whole lot of pushback. We not trying to go viral and be arguing with people about our podcast. So we try to keep it pretty simple.
We're not kidding.
We just ain't got that kind of time. We ain't got that kind of time. But for you, y'all will get what we really thinking and feeling. Now, first off, no, we are not happy that nobody dies ever in the history of life. Well, some people. Kevin Samuels, I don't even think would be on that list because I never even gave him a whole lot of thought.
Right.
Remember when Donald Trump got coronavirus? Did you have any negative feelings about when he was in the hospital?
It's the same thing. I really don't. I really, really, really don't wish death on people, but there are ironies that go along with certain things that make me be like, huh.
Right. I remember when Trump, I think it was when he had COVID. It actually might have been before he had COVID, when everything was really at a fever pitch with Trump. And that's probably the most parallel example I can give is to a Kevin Samuels. So a very polarizing character, but doing so on purpose and to their benefit. So they ain't trying to bring nobody together. They trying to polarize and make one side hate the other. That is their goal. But I remember I realized the problem with Donald Trump and why I was so mad at Donald Trump at one point, I had to release it, is because I literally don't hate nobody, but I hated him. And I realized he had the power to make me lose my good character. Yeah. He had to pay, I gave him the power to make me somebody I'm not, which is somebody who hates somebody. I cannot like you or not engage with you or not participate. I don't really just be going around hating nobody for real. And I caught myself hating him for real. And that's when I said, I need to catch myself. I'll be trying to hit mute so my dog don't start screaming. And that's the same thing with Kevin Samuels. When I started hearing about him, I never watched him. I never followed him. I never watched an entire video. I would see clips on the internet, as we said, or some guy would say something, that Kevin Samuels said or whatever. Or maybe I remember seeing a parody video and I thought the parody was so ridiculous. I could not imagine what the real video said. And it was when Trey Mo, the comedian, and he does the Mevin Manuals. And he said, ladies, if you out after 5:30 on the table. So if you out pump your gas, sex is on the table. So don't leave the house after 5:30 if you're not trying to have sex on. And I thought, this is so ridiculous. I wonder what did Kevin Samuels actually say. And he basically said that. He basically said, if you go to dinner, sex is on the table. So don't talk to a man after 5:30 if sex ain't on the table.
Right.
And
sex right on up out of it. Y'all, I'm sorry. I can't act like I don't laugh at everything. I laugh when my own family members die, so I'm not gonna act like.
Ain't that a shame? Don't you catch yourself laughing at a funeral? You can't stop laughing. You just see the whole road.
All I can think of, and people have been talking about it all the time, but it was like, it's the scene in Color Purple. Well, how did he die? On top of me.
Listen, it'll be interesting. He was a young man, seemingly healthy, but I didn't realize he had a bout of cancer in his 20s.
Didn't know that either.
Yeah, so he may have had a compromised system, beyond what we knew about. It'll be interesting, any kind of toxicology reports, like if he ingested something, there have been.
I've read rumors. You've heard the rumors.
Some things that could cause your heart. We've heard the rumors. And so we don't know what caused this man's untimely demise. We do not celebrate this man's untimely demise. No. And we never gave him that much energy anyway. However, kind of messed up though. It's kind of embarrassing.
It is.
It's kind of, don't none of us know our day or our time, but my prayer is, and I even thought this yesterday as I was trying to hold laundry. My prayer is whenever my time is and they find me or they come in here to look after me, they don't think I was obviously insane because all these clothes is on the couch and on the dining room table and on the bed and on the stairway.
I got you, friend. I'm like, no, that's just Tuesday. It was just Tuesday. Don't worry about that.
Now Tuesday, she was gonna do that on Tuesday. Yeah, come in here and clean up before you call 911. Sometimes I just kind of get my life together. So I said, if I died today,
I can imagine. I can imagine somebody walking in my house at some point and being like, it was insane.
something was wrong. Like she was perpetrating a fraud. She was a fraud the whole time because she was walking around like a regular human. And so I think on some level, all of us can have that fear. You know how we say, hey girl, if something happened to me, this my password, go delete my browser history. It's all these things where ain't none of us trying to have the ins and outs of our entire lives on Front Street. So that's not unique to him. But one would hope that however your time ends, that it's an embarrassing thing. So one would hope that whenever it is, way from here, that our families will, one, be able to bury us without a GoFundMe.
Another rumor,
unconfirmed.
This family, they
let me just say this. Alabama Credit Union sent me a life insurance policy today that I actually read differently. I already have a life insurance policy just to bury me. Y'all don't have no money left over. Okay, just to bury me. But I looked at this and I said, I wonder if I need another one, because in my mind, how I live my life, I don't want no GoFundMes. Like, it shouldn't be I'm grown up and I'm driving a car and I'm moving around in the world, the bare minimum. So if nothing else, everybody, please, it won't cost you $25 a month to just get you a standalone policy that will cover your burial. It might be mine is like $29,000.
Yeah,
I think.
I would hope that GoFundMe isn't true at all. And I also would hope it's not the family, because I don't think they were that close. I would hope it's not the family trying to take advantage of a moment too. I would hope neither one of those is true. I would hope it's just a rumor.
And and the whole thing was that his mom found out about his death on social media. And so it was one of those things where, people who are mad at women like us who don't care one way or the other, we didn't wish ill on the man, we're not celebrating his demise, but also literally just kind of don't care. There's a lot of people died that day, and the next day, you know what I'm saying? I feel bad for all of them and all of their families. So I don't have any special compassion for his family for finding out on social media. But again, it kind of goes against everything he would say about the women who were going to die alone. And women, we have these communities that somebody gonna know we're supposed to be somewhere and they're gonna come see about us, and our houses are in our names. That might have been petty.
So that won't be confusing. It won't be.
You gonna know it was us.
And
I think a lot of men,
a little shade,
just a little bit. But what I hope men hear is have a burial policy. Don't mix Viagra and cocaine, allegedly. And to die in the arms of a lady you met the night before, a stranger.
There's people online worshiping that man for dying in her arms. Oh, he went out a champ. Okay, y'all are weird.
That's gross. Like
y'all are weird.
And this ain't just like a stranger we didn't know. He might have had somebody we ain't known and they've been friends for 25 years and we just ain't know about it. This is literally somebody that he met the night before. And no shade to no one night stands, but
that ain't how you want to go out.
This high value man and the women that he would have access to that would be dreaming of being with him, where were they at? There's really no way for us to discuss this and not go to hell. Really no way. I've been trying on the main channel. I'm trying here, and I just feel like, you know what? Have you a burial policy, if nothing else. Hold your clothes up, put them away, because you don't know your last day. You just don't want to look as crazy as you hiding it.
Right.
And all of us, don't want all of the ins and outs of our personal lives on Front Street. And so that's just it. So maybe live in such a way that if anybody had to find out how you live, it's okay.
Yeah, very true.
And maybe that's it. Maybe live an authentic life. Maybe don't portray a life and then condemn other people's lives based on a lie you made up for yourself, and that you passed along to other men.
Y'all saw the clip we posted on the main channel. If you haven't, go listen to that episode, because we posted a clip of Kevin Samuels from 4 years ago. And I think he was speaking more in his truth then, and even alluded to the fact that, hey, if I were on here, bashing women and telling women about all their issues and, calling them out, then these things would go viral. But I'm talking to the men. And then he did exactly what he said he thought he'd be popular by. So that's why we're saying it wasn't true. It wasn't, I don't believe that. Just like, Trump, although today I do think Trump actually believes what he says now, but in the beginning, I felt like, we knew he was a fraud.
It was a calculated plan where he had said what he was going to do, and then he did that. And I think, it's a lot of people, anybody who we know of, I would say famous people or people in the industry, especially influencers, especially YouTubers, those people have curated an experience for us to consume. And it's like, here, I'm going to give you this little slice of something that I'm producing. And who knows what their real lives are. And that's the same thing with what we post on Facebook or, I'm not going to post a stack of laundry. I actually took a picture of it because that's where my dog loves to sleep. And I was going to say, find the dog in the stack of laundry. But then I thought, but ma'am, is this exposing your mental illness?
I want to tuck that away.
Maybe don't share that photo today.
No, that's
but,
very,
all
very
of us
true.
have stuff. Yeah, all of us
very
have
true.
stuff. And the hope is that you can live an authentic life where my stuff, hopefully, if somebody had to come in here today, they would just have to step over a few things and then, call 911 and not be, wow, this person was not nothing like she said she was, she presented she was, or I thought she was. And you know who else does that? 100%. And we mentioned it about 1 out of 2 people ended up in divorce. When that divorce announcement comes out, we said, but you was so happy. And you know that some of that had to have been a lie. Yeah. Some of that had to just be a presentation. Yeah. Some of it was because by the time the divorce proceedings start going on, you'd be like, well, dang, well, wait.
I don't know if I'm jaded or what, but I'm always very cautious.
I don't even know what you're about to say, but you are. Well, go ahead.
Or I always take pause when I see a man being overly complimentary of his wife. Just because I've seen certain cases, not all, where that over complimentary attitude online is a distraction for an abusive relationship behind the scenes. And so it always takes me to that place of, now why you keep praising her? I mean, it's nothing wrong with praising your wife. I'm not saying that, y'all. I'm saying it's sometimes.
You know what you're talking about.
It goes.
You don't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta.
No, not anymore. I have before.
But there's a couple on there, and this was yesterday's or Sunday's episode. Was this Drew Sidora and her husband. She was upset because he hired an assistant who he was too talkative with. So he fired her, but he still talked to her. So he sets up this car service. He flies in hair and makeup. She's like, oh my God, he's doing all this for me. She gets there to this beautiful dinner and she says, this is so great. And I love when you do this for me. You make me feel so special. I just hope that we don't do these things because we're not talking about what we're really going through though. And now that's why I hate I did anything for you. See how you ruined it tonight. And she's like, no, she said, can I not express myself without ruining the night? I'm just trying to have a conversation with my husband. Thank you for this. And to watch this man gaslight this woman was so uncomfortable to watch that I actually had to go online to read other people's comments because watching it, I was like, okay, this is uncomfortable. This feels very abusive. And if this is on camera.
Right. You can only imagine what's behind the scenes.
Oh my goodness. This is on camera that you are talking to this woman this way, got up and left her there. And she's sitting there crying. And I said, man, I have been love bombed because some shenanigans was happening. And I actually have had shenanigans happening. And I've been disappointed that the dude didn't even care enough to try to love bomb me to fix it.
How dare you?
You ain't even gonna try to make this better?
Yeah, I don't know which one is worse. I don't know which one.
I don't know that you jaded. I think we just going on our experiences. And
I saw an example again today and I'm like, oh.
Listen, Mother's Day. I saw people who I know don't have no relationship with their mama and their Mama's Day posts. And I was like, really?
Yeah, it's all for social media, you know. We are all guilty of portraying a certain image. And not even portraying a certain image, we show the side that we want to show.
We curate our lives and we share what we share. I will be honest that I feel like I share. I think I do pretty good.
Don't put that pile of clothes on there.
I am. Y'all go. Hey, if you follow me on social media, you're gonna see that I'm about to post it right now. It's not there anymore now. It's not there now. But I think
no, but there are things.
have piles of clothes. Most people have piles of clothes.
Oh yeah, no, we talk about it all the time. We talk about how we hate putting up clothes. Like my bed is
I feel
always
like clothes
full
are
of
growing
clothes.
out of the floor.
Yeah.
Like where are
But,
you know?
but it's not.
Got nothing I want to wear.
But it's not something I'm anxious to just put on, online, because it doesn't do anything for anybody. You know what I mean? I want to share goodness.
Right. And that's the thing. I'm not one of those people that share, oh Lord, y'all pray for me because if I'm having a bad day, I probably just don't post that day. Or I could be having a good day and don't have nothing I need to post. Most of the time I'm posting selfies of my hair, or my glasses, or a place I'm at, and it's kind of random in nature. Yeah. But I think for people who are actually content creators and, like I said, YouTubers, they have to curate this consistent,
and that honestly
storyline
that leads to success. It's been proven over and over again. You curate something and you have a topic and you get your community and you go for it full force. And a lot of them, I'm saying, some makeup artists and some old hairstylists or hair people, they're kind of venturing into other things and they're getting pushback for it. Like, I've been doing this for 10 years. I want to do something else.
I got other stuff I can do.
but
I think, if one of us got married, it ain't gonna be me. But if you got married, we would either have to wrap the podcast up or find something new to talk about. I mean, that's just it ain't gonna be me. Don't wish that on me.
But you have a lifetime partner though. You never know. It don't have to be a marriage.
Okay. But I'm saying at some point in our lives,
things change.
Shift to where either we would have to talk more realistically about what was happening. And I think at some point out of the relationships, we would just be talking about what was happening in them, so we would have to shift to another space. I mean, maybe that's when we would start doing, our laundry podcast and just be like, hey, this is the podcast you listen to while you fold them clothes and put them up, because that's what we're doing right now.
Don't get your clothes out there.
And we just take that time each week to fold our clothes up together, make it happen. But anyway, I guess you can see how much we really don't care about that topic, because we went off on some other things.
We're talking about everything. But, no, I mean, and I could say much worse, but again, this is still presenting an image to you guys.
The way I said it to myself, I said, it is not funny, but I literally kind of can't stop laughing. It's not funny. Like, I don't think anything's funny about it.
There's nothing funny. No, there's nothing funny about somebody losing their life. But like I said, I've been in.
That's not funny.
I laugh in the most inappropriate times anyway. But when there are jokes to be had, I might cackle a little bit.
The irony of it is kind of like, it's in any way, it's a lot of people who have died in ironic, tragic ways. Like the guy who created the Segway, who died on the Segway. It's like the jokes write themselves. Yeah. And it's not because you wanted that person to die, or you hate that person, or you don't respect life, but
he died on the Segway. That's what happened. I'm not happy. I'm actually not happy he died. I was hoping we could have a revelation of better times and better thoughts.
I'm more curious now about the people that were in his life. I'm curious about the ex-wives. I'm curious about his daughter. I'm curious about the woman, if she would come out and give an interview. I'm curious about any potential other ex-lovers that we might be surprised to hear about. That's what I'm more interested in. People who actually knew him. I would like to hear their story about him, because I don't believe who he was online was true to who he was. It's still what he did, and he caused harm, but I don't think that's who he was.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear from people who knew him.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So maybe we'll get that. Maybe we won't. Oh, well, folks, my dog said she tired of me talking about that. So
yeah, she's
the boss, and it wasn't really nothing else to say about that. That we're going to get us that scholarship to hell. So we'll just, So until next time, Tam. Oh, no, he didn't.
Girl, yes, he did. Yes, he did.